Welcome everyone to the South Africa webinar. We're glad that you're here. At this time, I would like to introduce our co-host, Apostle Sam Mensah. Thank you, because he is the one that actually came up with the idea of this webinar. It is a two-part series. Last Monday was part one, and today is part two. So you can take the floor, Apostle Sam Mensah.
Thank you so much, Sister Lane, for the good work that you are doing. You've stood with us. You've been at the center. We also welcome everyone, especially to our South African community. We say Samani. We are greeting everyone all over the world, the community. You are all welcome, and we are grateful for your presence here. Sister Lane, I take over and then introduce you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. You're going in and out, so you might need to turn your video off because you're breaking up, just to let you know. All right, at this time, we'd like to introduce our first speaker, who is Marty De Garmo. And he really doesn't need an introduction, but he's going to be talking about unpassive. So he's going to take the floor now. Go ahead, Marty. Thank you for being here.
You're welcome. Thank you for inviting me. Yeah, we were talking about the economy of unpassive, which is wealth and resources, and how well is it? Well, the economy and wealth of unpassive, we don't know the final outcome, but we are very sure that the foundation of the company will turn this into a global phenomenon. And we believe that it will impact the world. And Ash had said, the CEO, it'll turn the world upside down. And we can almost see that happening now with the foundation and how he's building the foundation of unpassive all over the world. From Dubai, 2 floors on the Burj Khalifa, India, 4 more offices opened in the next 90 days, maxing out one of the tech buildings already. It's a big deal, and it will impact the world. And one of the biggest impacts from unpassive will be the change in business in general. Throughout the whole industrial revolution, we had which people were wrestling to get, which is capitalism. How much can I make? How fast can I make it? And how can I do it at a low cost? And some countries did very, very well at that. Some individuals did very, very well at that. But the problem was it was about 1 or 2%, while the rest of the world could barely get by. And they have different methods of what they call trickle down. So if a company does really, really well, and people with money, with wealth, will, by what they do, will trickle down to us. Didn't work very well. It worked, in fact, horribly. We have billions of people making $10 or less a day. Billions. Mr. Mubarak came on the scene and said, he was a master online at marketing. He was a master at building businesses online. I believe he still has a record of building a team at a company the shortest amount of time. He looked at the industry, and as he was working and building businesses, he realized it's great for him. It was great for about 2% of the people online, but it wasn't very good. It wasn't a very good game for the rest of the people. In fact, most of the people help feed the wealth of the world. And it seemed as if the people that worked the hardest made the least amount. Countries that worked the hardest made the least amount. And a lot of these countries, the resources are there, but they don't see any of it. They're rich with things, rich with gold, rich with oil, rich with coffee, cocoa beans, whatever, just flowing with what you would call milk and honey. But the problem was, it just never seemed to trickle down. Mr. Mufara, about 4 years ago, he was in the corporate world, did very, very well. Never a problem. He came online and wanted to build a business online, and he did. He did very, very well. He has a background in marketing and internet technology. So he knew how to do things. And needless to say, he's a genius in his field, and he's a genius in general. So he did this for years, a few years. And the hardest thing for him was, how do I bring people with me? How do I be successful and share it with other people? Now, some people, they don't mind having a lot of money and the people around them don't. It's not just about money, it's about freedom. You could be free if you have no money, you're not really free. You could have money and work like a madman and you're still not free. You just make a lot of money. And he had thought 4 years ago, I think it was more than four, the thought was there way before that, that the only way that we can make a fair shake is if I do it myself. And obviously the story, you can find it on the internet, different videos from House Before the Journey and other things. But anyway, he had talked with his wife and they decided that we can build, he said, I could go back to the corporate world, but that's more corrupt than what we have now. In order for me to build what I have in my dream and my hopes for other people, I have to do it myself. So his wife finally agreed. And the agreement was, whatever money you collect from people until it launches, I don't want to spend it. In case anyone gets cold feet and wants to back out, I want to be able to give it back. Now, the NDA says you can get it in 30 days. Mr. Mufara will give you money back 3 years, 4 years later if you want it. He said in a video, if you don't want to be with us, then we can get a divorce and I'll give you your money back. You go your way, we'll go our way. Nobody in business does that. I'll tell you right now, no one. So he started to build this business back in 2018. It started off as a marketing company, just marketing. And he said, while he was gone, he was people that were interested, good-hearted people, because you actually attract who you are. If you're good-hearted, you care about others, good-hearted and caring for other people will be attracted to you. And the same to you, and the same to them, and the same. Needless to say, in 2019, about a year later, he found himself with about 100,000 founding members and realized at that point, there's a lot of people out there that feel like he did. And he decided, I'm going to build what we know now as Unpassive. And he opened the doors and through word of mouth, built it into over 1 million founders up to today. And he also decided at that point in time, we can't make it with just this marketing platform that I originally had in mind. But he had a dream always of building what this is now, but he was going to put it off a few years because it's huge. But because it was creating, so many people were coming and so many people were interested, it enabled him to go where he really wanted to go, where no man has gone before. I wanted to finish that, but that's exactly what happened. And he saw that in this journey, he could bring people with him. And he has now mounted a multi-billion-dollar unicorn company before it was born. He built a foundation that could handle 1 billion people. Never been done. Never, ever, ever been done. And he decided that he wanted to share the wealth. He said, I don't need the money. In fact, I'm not doing it for the money. Because in his heart, he wanted to help mankind. He wanted to make a difference in the world while he was here. And what a difference he's going to make. Enabling other people, good-hearted, kind people that can help others. And one day he had said he would go to like Costco's, collect food and water, and him and his wife and his 2 little boys would go and give it out to people. In fact, he was so concerned the water he was given wasn't cold enough, he went and got ice. That's just who he is. And he thought, you know, if I have a business, I can only help so many people personally. But if I can help other people, empower them, let them fill their pocket, let them take care of themselves, and in abundance, good-hearted people will automatically help others. And he said, how much more powerful would it be if there were 1 million people doing what I'm doing right now? And that's where we are today. Today, he had painted a picture and I thought, he's fearless, kind-hearted, I've never met anybody like him, and I met a lot of people. I'm 62 years old. I traveled all over the world for my business, have yet to meet anybody like him. But he has made it possible that people from Africa, South Africa, Indonesia, North America, South America, around the world, Papua New Guinea. I didn't even know there was a Papua New Guinea. But he gave us all a piece of this apple. And he said, all I ask you to do is trust and follow me. If you can trust and follow me, and you're a good-hearted person, he had the vision. And maybe we don't. Maybe we don't. But I did find the longer you're in, the more you're plugged in, that vision starts to appear for yourself too. It may not be as clear as him because he's at a higher altitude, but if you rub up against someone long enough that's successful, good-hearted, a nice person, it rubs off on you and becomes part of you. Same goes if you rub off on negative people. That's why I'm not with negative people. But all of us here, anybody watching this, 312 people, thousands of people will watch it on YouTube. There is nothing out there in the world yesterday, 100 years ago, 5,000 years ago, and maybe ever in the future, like I'm passive, where he hands complete strangers, because his heart is talking to your heart, the keys to financial freedom and an economic situation for you and your family as I'm passive. If you plug in and you listen and you get that heartfelt thing that he has delivered to the company, you will see as I see. You will see as many others see. And it'll give you the opportunity to live the dreams of your life, to be able to go back, if you're from another country, or go back to your family. I'm going to be blessing people as soon as I open my door. There's people everywhere struggling. And we had times in our life we were struggling. People helped us. I'll never forget who they were. But in turn, whatever I make, I'm going to give away as much as I can. Don't care about the money. I care about the freedom. I care about what I can do with the money, but it's not the money as much as it is the freedom in knowing the next time I'm in a checkout and that old lady's digging through her purse because she doesn't quite have enough money and she's looking for that quarter that she knows isn't there. But she's too embarrassed to say, I can't pay, or you need to take that back. That will never happen in my lifetime, in any line, in any store. Will anyone be embarrassed because of that? That's one small step, but one drop from 1 million people will make an ocean. Some people look at a pile of bricks and say, look at that trash. Some people look at that pile of bricks and see a mansion. It's all choice of our own. But if you're in on passive, which you are, or you wouldn't be here, you have been blessed beyond belief. And tonight, when you're talking to God, thank Him, because this is a big deal. And always, always, an extra prayer for Mr. Mufara. Because what he's doing, he never sits at a table and he explains what he wants. And everybody on the other side says, yes, they always say no. He has to push everything he does. My dogs are acting up, and I'm sorry. But that's all I got. I hope that helps.
Thank you, Marty. Maybe when the dogs get quiet, you can say your other half if you want to. No problem at all. Just let us know. That was beautiful. Appreciate you. Next, we have our OTEC pros that are going to speak. We have Collins, Vincent, and Oliver. If you're not familiar with the OTEC pros, these are founders just like you and I. They happen to be information technology or IT professionals. They've been working in the field for decades. And so they bring to us their heart because this is just a labor of love for them. And they give of their time and their expertise to benefit you, the founders, and others who have yet to learn about OnPassive. So it's my pleasure to introduce Collins Mana from UK. He's going to be our very first speaker. You can take the floor now, Collins.
Thank you, Lynn. Just want to greet all the South African people. We are all together. We are all in it to win it. And thank Apostle Sam for inviting us again, a great webinar like this. You know, Marty De Garmo have just said something that really blew my mind. You know, every time I listen to Marty, you know, there's always something new to learn. You know, when he made the statement that when you go to a shop and you meet people who cannot even pay, though they want to check out, and we know what happened in supermarkets. Sometimes people take what they want to take and they come, sometimes it's too expensive and they are just ashamed to drop it back. We all have been there. We've seen it. And to make that extra effort, you know, to say, you know what, I can help and pay for you. That is really a big deal. And OnPassive will give us the opportunity to do that, to help each other. That's why we are here, you know, to fill our tank so that we can be able to bless others, because OnPassive is about blessing. So I would just want to thank everyone again who here again this great webinar. So my name is Collins, Mana from the UK, and I'm your friend. Today we'll be talking about OnPassive. You know, the topic is the economy of OnPassive. So why economic of OnPassive? We cannot talk about economic of OnPassive without looking at the product, because what will bring in the revenue is the product. You know, you cannot sell what you don't have. You cannot promote what you don't have. You must promote what you have. You must sell what you have built. And we already understand that OnPassive is a high-tech IT information technology company building real products and services, not only for us as a user, but for medium, large, and small size company. That is it. They will be building every day. They will build until we die. You know, the company will still exist. That's what IT companies do. They build and build and build and build. The good thing about OnPassive is all the products are driven by artificial intelligence. embedded. A lot of people always ask, what is this artificial intelligence? You know, why artificial intelligence and machine learning? It's just a simple line of code, you know, it's coding. When you build a software program, you have to write the code. But most of the language that they use now, they automate it and they make the machine to behave like human. That is what they call artificial intelligence, machine learning, you know, making machine to behave as human. We have a lot of things out there. You know, we're talking about facial recognition, we're talking about toothbrush, we're talking about delivery machine, we're talking about robotic, all of those things, space shot, talking about airline process, which is being computerized. A lot of people believe when they take off, maybe it's the piloting the plane. Yes, the pilot is there to do it, but remember that it's machine that is controlling, giving the direction. When it's up there, machine gives the direction where the plane will go, 10 this angle, 10 left, 10 right, all of those things. Everything now is being controlled by machine. Now, this is where on-passive can be, right time of on-passive, when now there is the use of artificial intelligence, building everything from scratch, embedded with artificial intelligence and machine learning. We're talking about dozens of products, you know, disruptive products that the functionality are so crazy. Some of us founders have been, when Mr. Ash Mufara, our CEO, explained some of the disruptiveness of all these products, the new functions that are being added on all the products. You know, it's just mind-blowing. We're talking about a company with we are not in the market now, but we have dozens upon dozens of products that are ready to be released to the market, which will blow the whole world. It will flip the planet upside down. Not only digital products, physical products, talking about data center, you know, the value of on-passive is first from the founders, from our CEO to the founders, to the employees. Everything is value. You know, Marty De Garmo talk about the buildings. Burj Khalifa, started in Burj Khalifa. Values, you know, it's just values. Everything Mr. Ash Mufara wants to do, he wants to do it in a perfect way. So we are in the position of strength, not the position of weakness, where there is no competition between on-passive and any other business. Because to really survive in this technological age, you must have an X factor. And that's what Mr. Ash Mufara is doing, to make sure we are better in everything we do. Product-wise, we are better. You cannot compare any of them. Some people will say, wow, you're talking about the products. Have you seen it? Oh, go to the back office. I know some founders, they even doubt when they look at it in the back office. They forget to know that when you look at on-passive, don't look at on-passive as this, as a whole. Zoom in and break it down. Once you start to break on-passive apart and look each of the products as a standalone product, that is when you start to see the value of on-passive. But when you look at on-passive as a single entity, you will never value it. You need to zoom in, break it down, and ask yourself, what is all-mail? What is the worth of all-mail now in this digital age as compared to all the other mailing systems? Do we have something that is different from there, from the other emails? Some people use it, but they've never looked at all-mail and try to zoom in, look at the value of all-mail. Though that is just a minimum value product we have. Because now, not everything is there, not everything in the back office you think that is the final product. No company will put it out there. This is what I'll tell you. No company, if the company I work for will never put full products out there because you give your hands to your competitors. So Mr. Ash Mufara will not stupid to put all the functionality. They've given us peace for us to play with it. But when you will see the final version out there, it will blow your mind. It will blow your mind. It will flip your head upside down. No company will do that. Any IT person will say, challenge me if I'm lying. No company will do that because they can pick that simple functionality, flip it overnight and put it out there. Even if it's not good, people will die for it. No company will do that. When people ask questions, wow, why is Ash not? No company will do that. And Mr. Ash Mufara will never do that. They've given us something. Look at all staff as well. Put it out there. Check other human resource software. Ask yourself, is all staff worth it? You will know that all staff is massive. There is no human resource software with CCTV camera, fingerprint, facial recognition, nothing. And it's driven by artificial intelligence, nothing. Do you want to talk about ODEX? Can you compare our ODEX with ServiceNow or Remedy? Nothing. Those who have used some of them, and I'm calling what I've used. You cannot compare ODEX with all of that. Because ODEX is coming to, and all of these products, single entity, they are multi-billion-dollar company. They are making revenue. I can start to cost more revenue, like ServiceNow. ServiceNow is 1.13 billion US dollars, the money they are bringing in revenue. Can you compare with ODEX? No. Start to split it out. And this is where the founders, as founders, we just have to be happy because we have dozens upon dozens of them. Is it all connect? You will compare with all the other webinars out the application. We are using Zoom here. We are using WebEx. We're using Microsoft Teams. Can you compare with that? No, no way. You know, you cannot compare any unpassive product with what is out there because first, it is automated. Second, it is integrated. Third, driven by artificial intelligence. No company, difficult now to build it. Whatever you want to do, you must break it down, and no company will break their software because the customer will not wait for you. The customers are there waiting for their product. They will not wait for you. Now we are talking about single sign-on of every application. We already have it 3 years ago, single sign-on. A lot of people didn't know that Mr. Ash before I've already put single sign-on. Some companies are thinking about single sign-on now. There is no way you can do that because one, if you have standalone product, you must integrate them. You must bring them all together. You must automate them before you can integrate single sign-on. If they are not together, how? How do you create single sign-on? You must productize them, integrate them together, and then you can have that single sign-on. Because it's about logging in, and then you get into the world of many applications, dozens of them. Never. You want to integrate them, I'll tell you, you'll hit a lot of resistance. A lot of bugs will happen. You will break all the other software. If you want to integrate every software ready for every breakage, you will see every loophole. Integration is not a joke. To integrate software from one application to another, it's not one day thing. It takes us 6 months, sometimes 1 year to integrate one software to the other. Because you need to look at everything. If I want to, there will be a day we'll talk about technology. Those who are interested, and we'll talk about how software is being integrated for people to see. You know, we can go on and on, but we just have to start to appreciate Unpassive for what those guys in Hyderabad they are doing. They spend dozens of sleepless nights, lot of sleepless nights to do what they are doing. They don't even sleep because it is not easy to write a single code. We appreciate when a software is so easy to use, it is complex to build. But when it's difficult to use, it is easy to build because they just throw it everywhere, just throw the code, whatever they do, and they make it very, very complex because they cannot build it behind. But when it is really difficult to build, if they show you the back end of Unpassive, everybody will run away because it is complex. But now they make it so easy. So the user is like, oh my goodness, that's why people look at it and say, oh, I can use this. It is because it is complex to build. Complex software comes with simplicity. And this is where Mr. Ash Mufara put us, automation, and value upon value, because now we have the template to drive on, you know, and this is where Unpassive will be. The template is already there. It's just skyrocket and skyrocket. Mr. Ash Mufara said there is nothing now we cannot build because they've already put the groundwork of Unpassive. Talking about the digital product, talking about physical products, everything is there. But it's just time when it will hit the market and people will start to cry for Unpassive. Is it ONET, ODEX, O-Tracker, all of those things? A lot of people will just go crazy. But this is about value that they are providing, value, and the flagship is O-Bless, where we will use it to bless as many people as Marty De Garmo said, a crowdfunding application where 100% of what is being donated will go for a good cause. Never been heard of. No company have done that. Every company that build crowdfunding application, they milk you out of the money. They say yes for blessing people, but look at the money they are taking from you. You don't even see it. But oh bless, everything is coming back to you because that is the flagship of Unpassive. Mr. Ash Mufara built this to bless people. He said, I will put blessing upon blessing to everyone. When you bless, as Marty De Garmo said, you shine the light to others, the reflection goes back to you double fold. And I will end by saying this word from our CEO. He said, if humanity, if humanity does not do what? Does not eradicate poverty, poverty will eradicate humanity. he also goes by saying it, I want to leave this world in a better way than I come into it. So I will leave it. Let us take this home and know that we are in good hands. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Collins. You always do a good job of presenting on passive, and you integrate everything in one. So thank you so much. Next, we go on to Vincent Ete, who's from the UK. Come on down, Vincent.
Okay, thank you, Angeline. Okay, hello to all South African and all the participants coming from everywhere in the world. Also, thanks to Apostle Sam and then Angeline to invite us for this great webinar. And special thanks to Marty De Garmo and our CEO, Mr. Ash, with his special team in Hyderabad. So to start, I'm Vincent Ete. I'm calling from the UK. I'm your friend, and I'm here to help you. So today, I'll talk about the digital payment for now economy. So the digital wallet landscape is growing fast and also is changing rapidly the world. So today, this is something I'm going to talk about, not too much, just a little bit to give you an introduction of what is the digital world. So the digital world, whether your business is already profoundly committed or just maybe analyzing, offering wallet payment process, building the right digital payment strategy, involvement. So all this is a decision point that can make a significant impact in your level of success. So choosing the correct digital payment processing is like processing partner may never be crucial to your bottom line of your business. So choosing this is a great tool and then great opportunity for your business. So today, customer want to buy whenever, wherever, and however they want to, and also from merchant they can trust, and also with the least amount of friction. So people want to use the digital wallet to do whatever they want to do. The digital wallet answer also the requirement of people today, because most people want to move to the digital world. So the digital wallet shift also is a convenient and also give the consumers more power to pay and also earn reward and boosting the loyalty. So when people, the shop, they always want to come back again, it's also easy go through with the digital world. So they can work in the app and e-commerce through consumer electronic devices. So using like mobile phone, smartphone, all the electronic devices, it helps customers to do e-commerce rapidly and then growing. This e-commerce system is growing very fast and then in unexpected ways that we don't know, but we know that this is the growing world of today. And then it's part also of the growing economy. So people are connecting from home, and then even inside the car, automobile, trains, planes, when they travel, they can connect, and then they can do the e-commerce. They can buy, they can do whatever they want to do within the e-commerce wallet system. So mobile phone e-commerce continue to have also positive year from year to year and growing to growing. So smartphone allow faster, smartphone allow faster and more convenient transaction. So you can use it to do your transaction wherever you are and whatever you want, anywhere you are, you can use it the fasting way of e-commerce. So because of our smartphone today, you can do anywhere, everywhere you are, you can do your shopping, you can walk around. So this is also the convenient way to do the transaction. You can do even do the checkout, participating merchant using your smartphone. You can do all these things. So this is what I think and then I believe on passive will do better because we're using our digital wallet. So our wallet will function in the similar way because this is a rapid way to do commerce and also to do business. So this is a new way of economy moving around. So why should retailers have their own digital wallet. So having the digital wallet could be also solve card abandonment system. So this is helping for using the card UC system. Against fraud, it can also enhance fraud and also breach of protections. So this is also good. Also, this is also some of the way for digital wallet, the own, and then the potential lower acceptance. So this is part of it. Then driving business growth. So the digital wallet driving business growth. So using the digital wallet, you can also help to grow your business. And then digital wallet can grow your business everywhere in the world, wherever you want and where you are. So it's not limited to one country. You can shop everywhere. You can shop wherever, anywhere in the world using the digital world. So thank you, Antiline. I'll leave it there. And then.
Thank you very much. Okay, now we're going to go on to Oliver Fonte.
Hey, South Africa. Thank you, Apostle Sam. Thank you, Lynn. Thank you, Marty De Garmo. And I want to say hi to everybody that are here. And I'm Oliver Fonte. I'm from Baltimore, USA, Maryland. I'm your friend. The economy of unpassive, the topic. When we look into unpassive, it was put out of heart, love before profit. Now, Mr. Ash Mufara, our CEO, look into the heart, not profit. So I want to thank Collins and Vincent for the wonderful presentation. And when you look at a CEO, Mr. Ash Mufara, that he looked at heart and love before money than the other CEOs, that they have the attesty for money than love and heart. That is why unpassive is God ordained company. And that is why unpassive is surviving today. We will not go to the stock market, and we will go to the market a debt-free company. Because look at the founders. He has transformed all of us. Yes, some of us, we started doing things before we even joined unpassive. But today, our body and soul, our heart and love, like Marty De Garmo talk about sharing, we will share to others. Money now is not our problem. We, the founders, the unpassivians. But how are we going to impact life? And how are we going to replicate ourselves? That is when I discuss to many founders, when we talk, they are trying to come out with strategies, how to impact lives. This is a good thing. And I will begin from there before we start talking about the economy of unpassive. Because if we want to talk about the economy of unpassive, God has blessed us already. Because of that hope and trust that we got. Mr. Ash Mufara talked to us about loyalty also. He talked to us about loyalty. And because of hope also and trust, unpassivians, we are fine. When we want to look into the structure also of unpassive, the 1.4, let me start with the 1.4 plus million founders that we are going to be resellers and customers. Let me look into the customer part of it. Tell me which company that their structure, they have founders, the founders are going to be customers and resellers, and The founders are going to be customers, and we will go into the market with that number. No company has got into the market, a debt-free company that is not in the stock market. They went into the market with above 1.4 million customers. None. This is history in the making, and it's going to be in the Guinness Book of Record. It's history in the making. When you want to talk about unpassive, also look at the products. Because we can't talk anything about unpassive without the products. Well, what are we talking about? What makes unpassive? The product. What kind of product? Above market value. All AI driven. 100% automated. And integration. I am a process. I automate processes. As an IT security person, and that I've worked for long in the IT field, and as a security person, I love building processes. And to build a process or to automate a process, when you build a process to automate it, when ServiceNow came to my company, I talked to my CIO, Chief Information Officer, that I would like to use ServiceNow to build processes, to automate them. But it's not AI driven. It took us about 6-7 months to automate a little process. 6 months. We start from the initialization coming down. At times, you think we've done the testing, the security from all the phases, test them all from the various phases in the non-production environment. Now we're bringing now to the production environment to send it live. It blew off the whole company. Everybody got emails. We have to record it back. I'm giving this example so that we should understand what, like Colin said, what is going on behind the scene. That our guys in Hyderabad, what they are doing. Something that has never been done before, never. That they'll take a product, embedded it with AI from scratch, from foundation, automated and integration. They're all integrated also. It is not chocolate. If in my former company, we used 6-7 months to come out with a tiny product, to automate a tiny product without AI, that is not even AI, with ServiceNow, now that we do have, ours is Odesk. Ours is Odesk. We are going to kick them out of, we are going to kick Odesk out of market. So when you know what the tech guys are doing behind the scene, and they want to use less than how many years, 4.5 years, to come out with this amount of products, 10 and above, I think we should give Mr. Ashmufara and our techs in Hyderabad a hand of applause. We should give them a hand of applause. Come again. We comply with 196 countries. 196 countries. All the regional laws and policies we comply. Tell me which company. Tell me which company. I don't think any. We can walk into those countries, 196, we sell without any, because we comply with their regional laws and their policies. The founders also, they want to get their money from their wallet to their bank account, they will not have a problem because we've complied already. Tell me which company. Tell me which company. And we've not even gone to the market. Let me go into our marketing. Look at what happened in Burj Khalifa, where we started on 30th of March. Everywhere was unpassive. Everywhere. The last week or the last 2 weeks, it was Obless was there, an O-founder. Everywhere also. Billboards, malls. If we want to also look at the other side of the marketing also, where Mr. Ash Mufara has taken us, the 2 floors in Burj Khalifa. The 2 floors in Burj Khalifa, not apartment offices, whole floor, 2 of them, no company. And what OnPassive has accomplished for so far, and in a very short period of time, no company. Like Mr. Ash Mufara told us that any company can challenge us. I don't see any company that can challenge us. None. None. Product side, we are above market value. I don't want to talk because Collins and Vincent have already talked about some of those disruptive features, and we all know about them. No need talking about them. But our accomplishment is above. And we are the eagles. We are going into the market like bulldozers that we are going to crush. I don't even see any company. Like my big brother Marty De Garmo said that they are fighting for 2nd position. I don't even see, they don't need to fight because they will not even get to us. They will not get to our level. OnPassive is a different, it's a different animal. With what we know and with what OnPassive has done and accomplished. Look at our security. We are secure and sophisticated. OnPassive security is secure and sophisticated. With firewalls in all the regions that you cannot even penetrate us. Not going into all the details, but we have a very powerful security. Tell me which company that came to the market, they own their own data center from day 1. We own OnPassive, we own our own data center from day 1. None. That is the economy of OnPassive. Let's also look at our customers. OnPassive will treat their customers with respect. Our CEO assured us time and again that no customer data will be out or he's going to sell them out to anybody. They are confidential. They will stay, we will respect them, we will respect our customers. Our customers are going to have the best of product, affordable prices, unlimited. Tell me which company now that we are talking that is in the market. Now that we are talking in the market, when you come to our virtual mall to buy any product, you see yourself, CEOs, they will see themselves, they'll come for O Connect, they finally get O Staff, O Virtual, O Tracker. Then they end up, they'll use our data center to store their data. For how much? An affordable price, unlimited. Like I keep saying, that CEO will refer their other colleagues. They will. They will. All our products are all AI, automated. Tell me which company that is in the market now. We are at the top. We are at the top. OnPassive is humble. And we are positive. We are positive. Colin just talk about bless. I'm sure, and I know also that we have more than 500,000 founders today that they own their own NGO. They want to help. Like we have Missionaries for Africa, and we have Bless for Chris Johnson. This is what we are talking about, the economy of OnPassive. OnPassive is going to have the stimulus plan for the recession. Our CEO told us the other day, about some weeks back. That is true. That is true. Because they are going to buy our products, affordable price. For example, O Staff, 6 different applications that are all now in one. All in one. I did a security review with one company, with my former company where I work. They were resellers. Resellers, I will not call the company name. They were resellers to AWS. They have a net revenue of $4.7 billion. Tell me if that reseller fall under your team or under your business. South Africa, you people are fine. Why do I say you people are fine? Because we have products that everybody can afford. And if you are in business, you are in business, then even a layman cannot have access to your product or cannot afford your product. I don't think you are in the right place. On passive, we do have products, free products, OPAL, ONET. Africa will use OPAL. South Africa, you will use OPAL for nothing. Your network, no interruption. Speed. Look at our email also. So these are one of our free products. That's one of our free products. I want to end here by saying one of our CEO's words that we should think big, think positive, and dream bigger. South Africa, we are fine. Have hope and faith, and be loyal to OnPassive. This is your business. This is your business. Visit your back office 2-3 times a day. Familiarize yourself with it. We are fine. Thank you, Auntie Lynn.
Thank you so much, Brother Oliver. You just presented it so nicely and amazingly. And thanks to Brother Collins and Brother Vincent and Marty for the series of presentations. We want to call Brother Alan G to come and then add his voice. Brother Alan, can you unmute yourself?
Hi, everybody. Thanks for asking me. It's a surprise. So I've been on Passive for just over 2 years now, and the growth I've seen is tremendous. The products we've got are out of this world. Some of the features that we're hearing about, you only dream about having them in your arsenal of what you can use, especially with the translations and being able to communicate with people in other languages. Where the webinar service, OConnect, is going to be able to translate into, I believe, over 100 languages. And even the Academy is going to be in about 60 languages. So you can speak in English, and if they wherever they are, in France or in Germany or in wherever, they can hear it in their own language, which is fantastic. Just to mention some of the things. Other than that, I only see a bright future for all us who came in as founders or came in as OnPassive. And I think that's all I've got to say. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Alan G. Lots of good things about OnPassive products, indeed. Now we go on to Andy Burks from UK. Hi, Andy.
Hello, everyone. Thank you for the great presentations. Thank you for inviting me. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah, did you hear me say what I said to Alan? I think I got muted. Did you hear me talk to Alan?
Yeah,
you did?
We heard you.
Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was, okay, thank you. Proceeds, Andy Burks.
Okay, thanks. There are 3 questions I'd like to cover today. What exactly do we have? How does it work? And how do we get to where we want to get to? Okay, so what exactly do we have? We have our own business. Every single position is our own business. Now that business has a potential to it. And we know that at the moment there are just over 5 billion people that use the internet. 196 million started using the internet for the first time last year. And they reckon that by 2030, there'll be 7 billion or just over 7 billion users of the internet. And every single one of them is our target market. So we have our own business with a potential customer base that's beyond belief, based upon just the products that we have today. Okay, so how does it work? Now, I'm not technically minded in the slightest. I'm a numbers guy, so I'm going to be very simple here. Basically, OnPassive will register us a domain name. They will build us a website. They will drive specific targeted traffic to the website, and then they will close the sale. And then the icing on the cake is that they will deal with all of the customer support for us. But they will pay us for every customer that comes or falls into our customer base that pays on a monthly basis. And this becomes a residual, an ongoing income that's paid monthly that will grow as the customer base grows as well. So how can we help it along the line? What do we have to do to make it or make us reach our target, our income goal sooner rather than later? Well, that's quite simple, really, because, and I don't like using the word recruit because I'm not very good at it. I don't like pushing people. You speak to your family, your friends, and they turn their nose up at it, which is fine. I have no problem with that. They will be using it sooner rather than later. But I've probably asked, well, I have over 5,000 connections on LinkedIn and they've all been asked, and Facebook is about the same and they've all been asked. So I've probably 10,000 no's so far, which is cool. I have no problem with that because my first port of call when we launch are those 10,000 people that said no. That's my first list, if you like. But what I do suggest is that you share it with others. And from my understanding, we may well have a template that we can simply send to every single connection that we have based on the free products like Omail or Onet. So in effect, let's give you an example. And I'm going to, again, this is purely an example. It's not what the company will do or how the company will do it. But what I'm going to suggest is that the company will find you 3 customers in a very short period of time. And after that, it will then provide 3 further customers for you and those first 3 customers, and it will take you take the company 3 months to do. So it'll go you plus your 3 is 4. 4 times 3 is 12, plus your 4 is 16. 16 times 4, 48, plus your 16 times 3, 48, plus your 16, 64. 64 times 3, 192, plus your 64, 256 customers. So if you did absolutely nothing, and that's how the company provided or produced customers, then that's what you'd have at the end of the first year, 256 customers. Now, here's where the power of numbers comes in. All you've done, or all you need to do, is share it with 9 others so that 9 others come in as retailers. They see the vision that we've got and see the products all of a sudden and go, hey, hold on a minute, I can make some money here too. So now you've got 10 in your customer base. You can multiply those numbers by 10. So instead of 256, you'd have 2,560 customers in your group. That means an income increase of 10-fold. Now, what is your income goal? Is it a $500 a month, $1,000 a month, $5,000 a month, $10,000, $50,000? The sky's your limit. Whatever you decide that you want, you can achieve. All you have to do is to work at it. Or if you're going to let the company do it, which is, it's possible, it's going to take longer. So how short or how quickly do you want to be able to start to help others? Because let's remember, Ash said, fill your tank first, and then you can help others. Now, Oliver quite rightly pointed out, every single one of us here knows we're going to be okay, knows we're sorted financially. And most of us are already thinking about, well, how can we start to help others? What can we do to help others? So we're likely to or want to achieve our income goal sooner rather than later. So all you need to do is to share the opportunity. I hope that helps, Lynn. Back to you.
Very, very helpful. You're the numbers guy, and everybody knows it. I love the numbers, and I love the power of compounding as well. All right, now we're going to take it to Gladys Nyaboro. She's going to say a few words. You can take the floor now, Gladys.
Good afternoon, good evening, South Africa, and everyone who is on. I'm glad to find you again. You are on today. I just want to say a few words that we are blessed to be founders in OnPassive, a business of a selfless CEO who is doing everything on our behalf, carrying the heavy load. And this is a business that, you know, is open to all corners of the world. Race does not matter, your education does not matter, how much wealth you have or you don't have does not matter, but we have the opportunity to have a level playing ground, which gives us an opportunity to succeed in life. And I'm so proud of you, my South Africans, everybody, but especially South Africa, because women, we are many women in this business, and we are going to continue sharing the news, the good news of OnPassive to those who missed being founders to become resellers. So I thank you very much, and I can't wait for us. I welcome you to join us, find a movement and join. Now that we have a business as founders, what can we do next? This is the time that we have to really plan on the next steps, individually and collectively. So if there's anybody who has not heard about, if there's somebody who has not heard about Missionaries for Africa, you are welcome. Let's come together. It's not only for Africans, but it's also open for people who are not Africans, but have a special heart for Africa and want to contribute to uplifting Africa through OnPassive, through OBless. So all the credit will go right back again to OBless and OnPassive. Thank you very much.
Go ahead.
Well, thank you so much, our sister. We are so grateful for what you just added to what they presented. You always bring something new to the board. Thank you so much, sister. We want to call one of our brothers here, Brother Fortune, South Africa, to say something. Brother Fortune, on mute.
Hello.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Yeah, my name is Fortune Moyo from Johannesburg, South Africa, but I work in Mogadishu, Somalia, some peacekeeping jobs. And I joined OnPassive in January 2019. A brother of mine from the UK invited me and said, join this, you'll thank me later. We had done a lot of activities and we failed, a lot of platforms and we failed. But since I joined OnPassive, I've never had a cent, but the passion that I had developed is so much that for the past 3.5 years, I feel like I have a degree now in OnPassive. And I've got a belief in me that OnPassive is going to take me very far. Originally, I was born in Zimbabwe and I came to South Africa as a youth at 22. I'm 50 years old now. I have a lot of projects that I want to do back home in Zimbabwe to support my people. And I can already see that OnPassive is going to solve that problem. Thank you very much to our leaders, those who have encouraged us, motivated us all the way until present day to love this movement. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome, bro. We will also just bring in Sister Messina to say something. Welcome, Sister Messina.
Hello, everyone. Can you all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, sister.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, South Africa. Thank you, all our leader that they speak before. And for the organizer, thank you, Angeline, for always being here, supporting us and doing a great job. You're amazing. So I just want to say that it seems today like we are not doing anything, but tomorrow is going to be a better day for us. So us being here today means that we have a future preparing for us. And we just have to be happy. We just have to be happy and thinking about what are we going to do. That's what I tell everybody every time. We are already lucky enough to be in on-passive. We always need something, and now we got it. We got on-passive. Now, what is next? What is your own path? What are you going to do to help other people that they did not got what you have maybe 3 years, 4 years, or 8 days ago? And also remember, a lot of people are still out there that they didn't know about this company. Some of our leaders have some pending position. Call them. It's not a matter of who is under who. It's to let them in. Get those emails, send it to those leaders so that they can bring them in, because together, we can only do it together with everybody. We still have one person out there that does not know about on-passive. Keep sharing. If you want to brand our name, all we have to do is share our name to the world, because sharing is caring, caring is also love. South Africa, we are all together, we are one, and on-passive is for life, and together we are going to do great things, not only for Africa with the Missionary of Africa, but also with everybody in the non-passive, that they have a goal and a mission to do something for the humanity, because that's who we are and that's what we are going to be. Thank you, South Africa, for having me. Thank you, all the guest speakers, and thank everybody that they are already funded. We are in it to win it, on passive for life. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sister Messina. We are so grateful always for you. We want to call our sister Rose in South Africa also to unmute and add a voice to it. Thank you.
Thank you, Apostle Mensah, for giving me this opportunity to share what I have. And thank you so much, Auntie Lynn, for always being there for us. And we love you so much. And you are a mother of the nation. Thank you so much for all the speakers. So up to this far, Brother Marty, Brother Collins, Brother Andy, Brother Oliver, Brother Vincent, we thank you so much, and Sister Marcienne, and everybody who has spoken. I joined on Passive on the 26th of June, 2019. And from that time, the journey that I traveled with on Passive, it's so amazing. You know, I have learned so much. I'm not an IT person, but to attend the webinars all the time, listening very attentively to all the speakers, it has taught me so much. And I now can proudly share whatever I have learned with other founders around me. And I want to say to the South Africans, this is our platform. This platform, it is made for us to shine. And we must make use of this opportunity to come and learn about this business. If you are still dragging your feet, if you are still sleeping, we will wake you up the time when it is ripe for us to benefit from the apples that are gonna fall. And I want to even say to the South Africans that whenever we call meetings, physical meetings, it is our plea as leadership in South Africa, more especially in Gauteng province, please attend these meetings because we share valuable information. As you can see, when our CEO comes and deliver the updates, he always deliver value, nothing else, value. And if you don't follow these meetings, if you don't attend these webinars, you will lag behind. You will never understand what is going on. When you ask a question every time, your question will be, when are they launching? When are they launching? Because you are not moving, at the same pace with all the founders who are plugging in. Brother Mensah, Auntie let us carry on. Let us carry on with this beautiful planning of our meeting that we have started, so that everybody start to realize how important these webinars are. I thank you. And to all the speakers who normally comes up and share with us, our heads off to all of you. We love you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Sister Rose, for the insightful information. We are so grateful for you being here, and we thank you for the encouragement behind the scene. You are so amazing. Thank you so much. We want to also welcome our sister, Edith. Welcome on mute and
Edith, you can unmute.
Oh, I'm sorry. Wasn't aware that you are calling me. Oh, thank you very much. Hello, everybody from all over the world. It is unbelievable that today you're speaking to us as South Africans. We thank you very much for taking your time and focusing on us as the South Africans. Yes, Rose has said it all. We struggle to call people who want to see either the launching or the manifest or the what. People with no vision actually can drag people back. Yes, I echo every word that has been uttered by every leader who has spoken. On Passive is an amazing company. I have never had a company in business with the approach that On Passive has come with. It is really very important that people take time to listen what On Passive is saying and caring to our people. To me, it is as if our CEO, Mr. Eshma Farak, was God sent. At this point in time in our continent, when things are actually becoming more and more difficult instead of being much more and more easy. Poverty, when we talk poverty, you'll find poverty in South Africa. Hardship, you'll find all over the world, and you'll find it in South Africa. That if it is as if we can all think in one mind that here is a leverage that is being presented to some of us to say, we can do this, and then possibly our lives can improve. And unfortunately, we're not taking in things at the same time, but we must be patient. We must negotiate each other. We must beg each other just to learn. Tell yourself to learn every day, things will improve. And I thank every leader that is here and every leader that has been encouraging us all the way. Well, I haven't said when I joined on Passive. I joined together with Rose. I didn't know Rose though, because I am in KZN, in a province that has got a name and a surname, where things are much more complicated, not more than the other areas, of course, but negotiating things that come on a slower pace. People want fast life, fast things, fast that, fast that, fast that. At times, we do need to take things step by step. I just wish we can have more of the young people, because for me, on Passive is about technology, and technology is the future. When our president used to say industrial technology, then I saw that when I heard about on Passive in 2019, this is what and where people should be actually going, especially young people, because it's a future and South Africa belongs to the world, and we should be learning and docking into what is happening well in the continent as well as worldwide. Thank you very much. I hadn't prepared anything to be speaking here. I wish you want me. Thank you.
So much for
your
so you're breaking up. You're breaking up. So you turn off your video, then we can hear you better, Apostle.
Can you hear me better?
Much better. Go ahead.
Okay. Thank you so much, our sister, for the words, the kind words that you have given and the advice. We are so grateful. We want to call Sister Catherine Knight. If you had some few words of wisdom. Sister Catherine Knight.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can
Hello?
hear you, sister.
Okay. Good evening, and thank you for inviting me. Sorry, I pressed the wrong button again. I have a problem with health. But anyway, I just wanted to say one thing, that I started with on Passive on the 13th of December 2018, and I've never had any doubt about it at all. I think it's the most fantastic thing that's ever happened for the entire world. I have a bit of a health problem, but that's no problem. I think I'll get there eventually, and we'll all be happy together, giving to the rest of the world. That's the main thing, I think. And please God that I can be still here to do that. And I love Ash Mufara and his family, and I love you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Sister Catherine. We are
You're
grateful.
welcome.
I will hand over to our Sister Lane to move us to the next section. Sister Lane, take over.
Thank you so much. Catherine, that was beautiful, straight from your heart. And you've been with us since the very beginning. That's amazing, 2018. And never wavering in your belief and confidence in the company and Mr. Ashmafara. Very, very touching to hear your simple words, but they rang true. Thank you so much. Now we're going to go on to our next section, which is our question and answer. And as you know, this is a South Africa webinar, right? So what we want to do is meet the needs of our South Africans. Of course, we're grateful that all of you are here from all around the world, but we want to make sure we give the South Africans the first opportunity to ask their questions. So at this time, we're going to ask for questions pertaining to unpassive. What we want to avoid is we don't want questions about support things like, you know, I can't access my back office, my password is not working, things like that. That is not for this forum today. But other than that, you may bring up anything, and don't bring up anything that is proprietary, because this is being live streamed on 20 channels on YouTube. So use your judgment, but we are inviting you to ask your questions. We have a lot of people here who can answer your questions. Try to express your questions succinctly in probably 1 minute or 2 minutes. I think you can get your thoughts across, all right? So go ahead and start raising your hand. Again, this is question and answer period with a priority given to the South Africans. Raise your hands, don't be shy. Let's take it to the gallery. Let's take a look at who's here. Beautiful. I see all of you there, attentive and motivated. It's so exciting to see all of you here. We have our first person here, Zola Tanya of South Africa, who can unmute and go ahead and ask your question.
Hello, everyone. Thanks, Antlin. Hello, everyone all over the world. Thanks. Also like to thank Brother Sam Mensah, Sister Rose, Brother Marty De Garmo, all of the Leadership Council, Mr. Andy Burks. First of all, I'm not sure whether I can make a small comment before I ask my question.
Yes, you may.
Thank you. My name is Oratanya from South Africa, Nelson Mandela Bay, where our president was born in the Eastern Cape, Nelson Mandela. I'm a very proud South African, but unfortunately, I'm not very happy because of the crisis that we have in our country. And also would like to thank the Leadership Council, all of you guys, you know, what you have done to host this giant company on passive in our country. Looking at you, it makes me feel like a very different person. You are giving value to myself, to my family, to my community, to my whole country. Also, I would like just to say to the South Africans that we need to change this country by our actions, because Mr. Ashmafara has given us this opportunity. Because I joined this company last year on the 14th of March, 2019, introduced by Mr. Nkumanda, who's been trying to come to this meeting, but unfortunately, because of the network in our country, he could not. The question that I would like to ask about this company, because I've been going around ever since I was introduced by this company, sharing this opportunity to each and everyone, even though on the 22nd of June, the positions of the founders were closed. Tomorrow also, I'm still having a presentation or sort of like a meeting with people that need to know more about this company. I can't stop sharing it, you know, so that they can be ready to become customers and resellers, because we need to change this whole planet. Now, the question that I have is that can someone, being a founder and on passive, brand his or her own car because I understand that on the 30th of March this year, On Passive was branded or marketed in Dubai. But after that date, I just want to be sure of what I'm doing, that is correct, you know, like I'm complying according to the legislation of the procedures of the company. Can someone brand his own car, like a taxi, you know, going around? If someone has got 10 taxis, then I can go and talk to that person that he can brand On Passive in his taxi. That's my question. I thank everyone.
Thank you. Okay, so any one of our co-hosts can take that. Can you brand a business, basically, an independent business?
Also.
Yes.
Sorry, Mr. Andy Burks, before you answer, and Lynn. Also, I would like to know if I can go around and make some presentations about On Passive, because you know when On Passive is in your nerves, you can't stop talking. Can I go around and make some presentation, just like the presentation that Mr. Redfern had in UK, and the presentation that Miss Angie Han had in Germany before the launch? All my questions are, I just want to know, can we do that before the official global launch?
Okay.
Thank you.
My advice would be to wait until we understand the reseller position, so that you can fully explain it.
Yes.
My cautionary advice would be, make sure you use the correct wording. Obviously, Red's presentation that he did in the UK was for founders, and as we all know, that door is closed. So as long as you are making suggestions for when we launch regarding the reseller position, that's fine. But there's not an awful lot of information that you can give them other than this is how the company works. You know, this is what it does, type touch. As far as putting On Passive logo on different things, you as a founder could have it on your car. Whether the taxi company would charge you to try and put it on their cars or not, I wouldn't know. Certainly in this country they would do. But again, until we launch, I would suggest if you're going to do it on your car, and hold off for the time being putting it anywhere else. It's like shirts. I saw an advert the other day on Facebook. Someone in India was creating T-shirts with the logo on or the emblem on there and offering them on Facebook. Now that's actually illegal. Yeah, you're not able to use the logo for profit purposes at this stage.
Yes.
That may change, but at this stage, definitely not. Okay, so my
Yes.
advice would be, if you're going to do presentations, it's great to get together with people and explain what you're part of and how the system works. We don't know the full picture for resellers yet, so be very careful what you do say. And as I said, from the point of view of the logo, yes, you can use it on your car, but I wouldn't suggest that for the moment that you use it on other people's. Okay.
Yes. No. The only people that I'm talking about is me, it's myself and my partners. We as the founders, because we had a meeting.
So perfect. Okay. Well, if they're all founders,
one of my partners. Yes, one of my partners has got about 7 taxis, so he just wants to brand all of them with On Passive. That's why
if he's a founder, then there shouldn't be a problem putting On Passive on his taxis. Absolutely not.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. I think Collins wants to chime in, so I'm going to add Collins here. Hi, Collins.
Oh yeah. No, Andy, I've just said it all. So I was just like listening. As Andy said, we just have to be careful what we do until we know the final stuff of the reseller position and customers, because for now we don't really know, as Andy said. But for you to use it, like you can print your T-shirt and wear it, but as Andy said, you don't have to sell it because it's illegal. But if you want to print T-shirt and share it to others free, that's fine, because you are promoting On Passive as a brand. As a business, you're creating the awareness of On Passive. but it's not for money making.
No, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, and you can talk.
No,
You can
I'm
talk
not.
to as many people about OnPassive, because the idea is about sharing it. Like what we are doing now, they are streaming it live, and who knows, a lot of people will watch it. They'll watch it. Maybe tens of thousands will watch all what we are doing and say, what is that OnPassive? Let me take a look. Let me go to the website OnPassive and see what they are doing. So it's about you going out there talking to people. But when it comes to reseller, you can say you just try to leave that out until we hear from our CEO, Mr. Ash Mufara.
Yes. Thank you, Brother Collins. Thank you, Brother Collins. Yeah. Last thing, I remember Mr. Ash Mufara once said in one of his quotes, I quote, in a human DNA, it is proven scientifically that the fulfillment of giving is more rewarding than the fulfillment of receiving or taking, unquote. So I believe in him a lot, like you brothers, like Brother Collins, or the OTEC guys, Oliver Fonte and Vincent, Bob Takusi. I didn't see him today, but I believe in everything that you are doing, you are giving to us. So I cannot just sit here and relax, instead of sharing this business to other people. That's why I'm saying that OnPassive, every time I sleep, I talk OnPassive, I wake up. I can't speak about anything else other than OnPassive. So I just want to be careful. That's why I'm asking. Thank you.
Zola, you're just like us. We want to tell everybody.
Yeah,
we've all got the excitement in us. So yeah, absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you.
What we're trying to do in the UK is get some meetings going with founders in local areas, and perhaps bringing people along to have a chat. And that's it. That's all we can do at the moment. Have a chat. But certainly from a founder's point of view, we're trying to do that in different locations around the UK. So as you say, if you've got people that that are founders, and you have group meetings, you have little get-togethers, by all means share the videos or some of the videos that are that every one of us have online, like Lynn and Marty and Red and myself and Collins, etc. We all have videos on our channel. So and these will help with understanding. So by all means, share these, subscribe to the channels. That would really help all of us as well.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Welcome. Thank you.
I appreciate. Thank you.
Thanks.
Now we take it back to Apostle Sam. Are you there, Apostle Sam? You may be having some issues.
We're into Morse code, Lynn.
Yeah, I hear the crackling. Okay, let me sorry, I got you guys spotlighted permanently. Huh? Samuel will be coming back shortly. I think as long as your video is off, you should be able to come back in.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, you're fine now.
Okay, all right. Thank you so much. I think I was having some hitches here and there. Thank you so much, Brother Zola, for all that you said. I believe that the questions that you asked, you've been answered well.
Very well. Very well.
Okay,
Very
thank you
well.
so much. Thank you.
I know.
We want to call Brother Robert Kenya to ask his question. Brother Robert.
Robert Faraji, right?
Thank you very much for this opportunity that you've given me to. Actually, I won't ask a question, but it's just a comment. I'm happy for this webinar of South Africa. It's my first time to join in. It's very good. Now it looks like all the way from South Africa to Egypt, Egypt to Algeria, Algeria all the way to Somalia and Kenya, East African coast, and from that side to West Africa. All Africa is well represented because we've got host of problems, particularly that quite a number of us in all founders members have joined MFA, that is Missionaries for Africa, so that we can be able to resolve some of our many problems, ranging from unclean water, problems of education, and the rest of all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Robert Faraji. Sorry about that. Thank you, Robert Faraji. Go ahead, Apostle, take the floor.
I thank you, Sister Lynn. I saw Sister Rose's hand up.
Apostle Mensah, actually, I wanted to add on what Brother Zola, on Brother Zola's question of
go ahead.
of conducting meetings around. This is the advice that I was gonna share, on this platform with everybody, that from our side, in South Africa, Gauteng province more especially, when we have our physical meetings, for now, we are only, focusing on the registered founders, because when we are in this meeting, we share the proprietary information. So that is why we normally don't allow, people who are not registered for now. We are waiting for our CEO to give us a go ahead, and as to how do we go about with registering the customers. That's when we will, start, assisting in that, in that area. But for now, everybody who is registered as a founder is, expanding this business to people on, on her own or on his own. But when we do our physical meetings for now, as I said, we only invite founders only. I don't know how Zola and his people in Eastern Cape in South Africa, how do they do that as they move around, conducting this meeting? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Sister Rose. I think what Brother Zola is trying to say is about knowing that there is still the opportunity when we are launched, and so they want to still make noise about our company to people, so that in a way of making people know that our company is here and we are coming. And I believe strongly that when South Africa take the baton, the whole world will surely want to come to South Africa, because what we will do, they would desire to come here. Thank you so much. Back to you, Sister Lane.
Thank you very much. All right, we're asking for questions and comments from South Africans in particular, first and foremost. Any more South Africans wanting to say something, comment, or ask a question? If not, we're going to open it up to everyone now, and we'll have at least a few more minutes of Q&A, and then we will be wrapping up. So we're opening it up to everyone. Any comments or questions, as long as they are not support questions.
I see Tefo's hand up.
Ah, Momodu. Hi, Momodu. Come talk to us.
Yes, Sister Lynn.
Hello, Momodu, the working man.
The working man. Oh my God, thank you very much. Good evening, good afternoon, and good evening to South Africans and all over the world. I'm very happy to give an input into this great topic tonight, on passive and economy. Passive is surely going to transform our economy in the world, but more specifically in our continent, Africa. So I just want us, we the founders in Africa and everywhere we are, that has the heart of Africa. You know, yes, we all know that the founding position has closed and not many founders in our continent. I just want to appeal, in order for us to spread the economy and to boost it more rapidly, is to make sure each founder, although one account is enough for you and your family, no matter how large it is. But if we can start from our family members to make sure those who are not founders, to try as best as possible to make them retailers. And then we move in the communities where we are onto the country. Because the more retailers we have, the more income we will get, and the faster the economy will be boosted. So that was the contribution I just want to make when I put my hands earlier, not knowing that we want to give priority more to the host. So thank you very much, Ms. Lane and Dr. Mensah. Thank you very much for allowing me to give an input. You know, as you know, I'm at work right now, but very soon I'll start working for myself. And that's what I want us all to do, so that we all Africans can boost our economy more faster than we all expected. Thank you very much. God bless.
Thank you so much, Madam Amodu,
yes,
for your contribution. Every time you are present. Thank you so much for your love for passing. We want to call Brother Tefo. I saw your hand up, Tefo. Hello, Tefo.
All you need to do is unmute, Tefo. Click the unmute button. Maybe not available to speak at this
great.
time. Oh, there you are.
I got
Proceed.
that. Thank you very much, Auntie Lynn. It's such a great pleasure for me to be able to participate in this our South African on passive meeting and webinar. I'm really excited. It's like the very first time when a friend of mine told me about on passive. Me and him, we'd been very involved with MLMs, for many years, for probably close to 30 years. And when we came across on passive, the excitement was unbelievable. It was literally very palpable. And even up to now, we cannot stop talking about on passive. I do understand Brother Zola when he says, he just wants to speak to people around him, understand the feeling. I'm grateful for Sister Rose and those who came before us and spread the word around. And here we are today. And I was born in Lesotho, and I came to South Africa when I was very young, but I still have very close relationships with my people in Lesotho. And so one of my desires was that through on passive, I would be able to help the people in my little poor village, especially because they are all farmers, small plot farmers, and they only help, plant so that they can eat and survive. And ONPASSIVE has been the greatest gift to humankind. And all thanks to our CEO, Mr. Ash Mufara. I really don't have any questions at this stage, but just to express my gratitude for being a member since about the 18th of April, 2021. Thank you, Auntie Lynn, and Asante to everyone out there in the rest of Africa.
Thank you so much. Back to you, Sister Lane.
Thank you. Thank you, Tefo. It was so nice to hear it from you. All right. Do we have any other comments or questions from the floor? Anyone? Apostle Mensah, at this time, do you have any final words?
Yes, I don't see any questions there. What I will say at this point is, okay, I see some hand. Brother Vincent.
Brother Vincent?
Yeah, Brother Vincent.
No,
Okay,
my hand is not up.
Oh, okay. Okay.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Oh, it's Joseph. Vincent Joseph is in the attendees list
Yeah.
asking to come to the panel. That's what you saw. He wasn't raising his hand to speak. Oh, yeah, I see what you saw. All right.
All right. Thank you so much. What I would just say is that we are so grateful for what our CEO has done for us, Mr. Ash Mufara, and his family. We cannot thank him enough for him to have such a selfless, kind, golden, kind heart for humanity. You know, it's unusual. And I believe that with the kind of mentality that he has, it's gradually also creeping into every founder. I see the love, I see the oneness, I see the selflessness going. Yes, of course, we'll have some few hitches here and there, but I believe that gradually it's advancing. I know that if we change ourselves, we will be able to change our community and our environment. If we focus on changing everything around us, it will not work because the economy will continue to be the same, everything. But if we change our mentality, I believe that we'll be able to change something around us and affect many lives. We are so grateful to Ash. We also want to say thank you to Marty De Garmo for making this possible. We are grateful for the presentation. We thank the Hotel Group, Brother Collins, Brother Oliver, Brother Vincent. It's rather unfortunate that our brother couldn't be here, Brother Bob, who has always been present. But we also are with you. We stand with you for all that you are going through. We love you. We want to say thank you, Sister Lane. How can we even thank you enough? It doesn't end there, always on the move. We are so grateful for all the effort that you put in. Brother Andy, you make it so nice. The mathematical section is what I always want to hear from you. It's really motivating. Thanks to all the leaders that are in the house, Sister Rose, Brother Alan G, and all our brothers and sisters who have been part from all over the world. We are so grateful to you. Thank you for being part with us. We are all so in it to win it. Thank you. Back to you, Sister Lane.
Sure. And at this time, I see that Alan G, our leader in South Africa, would like to say a few words.
Just that I'll see the question in the Q&A. It's from Sizwe Cindy, and she's asking how we're going to see our name in the new Link 64.
Could you repeat the question?
Just hello everyone, please tell us how to see our domain name in the new link 64.
Okay, I couldn't quite hear it, but as long as the co-host heard it, for some reason you're muffled for me. But can anybody answer the question from the chat, please?
In the Q&A.
She had asked how can she find her new link, the new link. And
Oh, where is it? It's located, okay, it's
and-
located in the back office under My Links. You scroll down to the bottom, it'll be the last link on the bottom. It's always the most recent link. Hopefully that answers your question.
No, she's asking just about the domain name because
Can you say that again? I'm having a hard time here.
she's asking about the domain name.
I think the domain name.
Okay, the question is on the Q&A. I can read if you want me to read.
Okay, I see that. Oh, it's an answered question. Somebody answered it already, right?
Yes.
Yes, it's answered.
Okay. All right, I think it's been answered. Anybody from the co-host want to answer it verbally?
I had told her to go into My Links in her back office and also to copy and paste it and open it up in a new tab on her computer.
Okay, thanks. Collins, you want to add anything to that, Collins?
Yeah, I think he's asking about how do we see our domain name. Our domain name, that's just the link. The link is attached to you. You know, every founder has a domain name. So once you see the link, that is your link. That link is your link. It is attached to you, your domain. So, but when you talk about domain, you cannot see domain. Domain is what? It's just a foundation of a house. It's where your website resides. You cannot see it. You know, so it's just difficult to say, how can I see when this comes, you will see it. It's just that link. Your domain will be the URL, but when you want to physically see it, you cannot see physical things.
Okay, hopefully.
I don't know if I answer your question. It's just everybody who has a domain name, but for now, that's your link. When we move to OnPassive, you have it, you choose your domain name yourself, and that will be your registration name. You choose it yourself. But for now, that's just your registration link, which is tied to you.
All righty. If that's sufficient, then if there is any more question on that, you can, Cindy can write it in the Q&A if there's further questions. But I think that was good. All right.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Sister
Colin.
Lynn.
Go ahead, Apostle Mensah.
Sorry. No, there is a question that I think it's already answered, but it's being asked here. The person is asking, where is OnPassive now? And where are we going?
That's a pretty broad question. And I think we covered it during the presentations today, but maybe we could have, maybe Oliver, you want to take that? In a nutshell, where is OnPassive today and where is it going? You want to field that question, Oliver?
Okay. We are gradually leaving pre-launch, now we are getting into launch. So any moment from now, anything can happen. They're finalizing the products to 10 of the products to above market value, and from there, there are other little things that are being attached, like packaging, like the CEO told us. They are working on it also. Our financial system, the inbound and outbound payment, they're also working on it. So maybe he will come down today or next week to give us another update. But at this moment, we are in the process of launching. So they are just wrapping up things. I think that answered the question.
Thank you. That's a nice, short and clear response. Apostle Mensah?
Go ahead, sister.
All right, so I don't see any more comments or questions? So at this time, I wanted to add a few more thanks to the thanks that you already gave. And I want to thank Marty De Garmo for allowing us to use the corporate webinar and for allowing us to live stream on 20 channels. So more people will hear what we've said here today. I think it was of value. So I'm glad we live streamed. Also, I'd like to thank Myra Aquino. She's the one that created the graphics for us. It's the promotional graphics as well as the Zoom background that we're enjoying today. Two of the backgrounds, the flag, the plain flag with the Unpassive logo, as well as this more detailed Zoom background. Thank you, Myra, for putting your heart and time into it. We appreciate you very much. We also want to thank John Barilla and Bruce Gerstein. They're our chat monitors. They also hopped on over to YouTube. We appreciate their efforts as well. And we want to thank Apostle Mensah, for again, he's the one that came up with the idea of doing a webinar to benefit South Africans. We thank you for that initiative. We also, okay, we're going to wrap up now. And I see we have Prince Joseph Sefa Boake. He will be the last and final person to make his comment or question. You can take the floor, Prince Joseph. Okay, you need to unmute. There you go, you're unmuted now. You can proceed. Oh, you muted yourself again. Try one more time, click one more time.
Brother Prince, you are muted.
You just unmuted.
Oh.
Now you're good, go ahead. You can speak now.
He's still muted.
Okay, he unmuted. Okay, let's try again. Okay, you were unmuted. Just click once. Don't click more than once.
Good.
Okay, yeah. Are you okay?
Yeah, don't click it.
All right. Can you hear me?
Yes. You might want to turn your video off. It's hard to hear you, so turn your video off first.
Okay. Hello?
Okay, go ahead. Go proceed.
Okay, one of my team members asked this afternoon, and I didn't know how to answer him. He asked to know when the time of reselling comes, like maybe selling the old stuff to companies and others, how can the reselling be done?
Okay, well, let Andy Burks take this one, please, Andy.
And when will it be done?
Can you answer that?
How can the reselling be done?
Yes, how can we resell?
Okay.
And then how can we introduce customers? And then
right. Okay, first of all, question? Yeah. Okay, so first of all, Unpassive will do a lot for you, so they will drive traffic for you. A quick question: is this just for founders? Or is it open to the public, Lynn?
This is being live.
This is live streamed.
Oh, it's live streamed. Okay. All right. Well, we know that there are a huge number of people that are likely to see the name of Unpassive very soon. And when they do, they're likely to click on or go and have a look on the website and find out what's going on. And when they do, they will go into a rotator. And that rotator will be all of us. So you'll get people signing up and they'll fall underneath or fall within your customer base anyway. But as I mentioned earlier, you can share this opportunity. We will have templates that we can use, I'm pretty sure of that you would be able to send to all of your connections in order to encourage others to have a look at the opportunities that we are going to be able to offer. So you will have another link in the back office that will then be for a reseller link, and you can pass that out. You can pass the opportunity out for the various different products, be it ONET, OMail, or any of the others. Now, remember, ONET and OMail may be free products to be launched onto the market. You will still build a business from them because they're then linked to you forever. So if somebody then shares that opportunity with someone else, they still fall in your group. Everybody that goes on to, for argument's sake, our social media platform, and that's a free platform, same as many of the others. But you go onto that platform, they're going to be given details in the back office, and they're going to have this little wallet that will appear in the left-hand corner, as we were shown the other day, and that will have coins going into that wallet as the customer base grows. And these people will then look at it and go, hold on a second, how can I get that money out of that and into my pocket? So on Passive will show them what they need to do to activate their account and release those coins. And they're going to then tell their friends. So this is going to build, and it's sooner or later it'll go viral. But all you have to do is you have to simply share the opportunity, and in the back office, once we're in a position to offer the reseller position, you will have the relevant links that you need to be able to offer those to every single one of the connections that you have. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yes. Thank you so much.
Okay. Let me just add something here before our brother goes, because I know he talked about the selling of old stuff. Nobody can sell a digital product. Nobody. You cannot sell it, because on passive will do all the work for you, because that is the most scary thing. When people start to think like that, my head goes straight to there. I think that on passive is still multi-level. So what we are saying is that on passive is there to do the work. Andy is just giving an illustration. If you want to share, still announce it. Like I can decide to say, all right, I want to share the free one just to make people to be aware of on passive so they can come in and use a free product. It is good for on passive, right? But as it stands now, it is automated. Everything is automated. It is all done for you. You don't have to write the code. You don't have to build anything. But Andy is just giving an illustration, because sometimes people think like, I have to sell something. I have to promote. I have to go and I need to sell old stuff. I need to go to businesses to talk about this. Please, you don't have to do that. No, nobody can sell digital products. Only the company can sell it. The only thing is you can share the business. You can share on passive with anybody who wants to know about on passive. And once they go to that site, they can look at it and say, wow, okay, I like it. How can I be part of it? How can I become this? And the site will tell them. But that's the only thing you can do. But digital products, my goodness, it is massive. There are 5.5 billion companies that really need it. They want to use the product as it goes to the market. And we will be the beneficiaries. Whether you are a founder, you come with somebody or nobody, you'll be successful.
Okay. Thank you so much, Collins.
Thank you for your question.
Thank you. Grateful.
Yes, sure, no problem. All right, we have now reached the 2.5 hour mark. So we're gonna take our last question or comment from Rajesh Kumar, Saklecha. And before I do that, I wanna just finish my thanks. So thanks to Bruce Gerstein and John Barilla for being our chat monitors. They monitor the chat and they monitor the YouTube channels as well. So thank you for that. Thank you for those who help promote our webinar. Thank you for the attendees here. We have South Africans and other people from all around the world here supporting and attending. We thank you very much. And now we take it to Raj Rajesh Kumar. He will be the final person to make a comment or ask a question. And then I'll take it back to Apostle Mensah. Go ahead, Rajesh Kumar. You can unmute yourself.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, we can hear you. Yes, go ahead and talk.
Hello to everyone. My question is that day by day we are getting a lot of ideas, everyone here. So how should we get more business of anything from this? Can you give me that? Can you explain that, sir? Hello.
How can
my voice? Yes, sir. I can't hear you.
Apostle, you'll need to turn your video off.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Yes. No. Yes.
Yeah, I'm saying that can you explain it a little bit further so that they will understand to help you out?
Can you repeat your question, please?
I asked day by day through this on passive, or we can say through the founders. I think every founder is getting so many ideas to earn more, to earn a lot, and how we can do this because competition will be between founders. I think like that. So how to develop? Do you understand, sir?
I can probably paraphrase you.
Yeah.
Paraphrase what you said. I think he's saying that how can the founders get more business because there seems to be a lot of competition. So maybe give some clarification of how this business model works. Andy, you want to take that?
Sure. The system is genius because people are going to come on board to use the products. When they start marketing, he's going to aim it at people that want the free products and people that want the products that we have to offer specifically for their businesses. Because bearing in mind, every single business will use something that OnPassive has. So as I mentioned before, you have this little button in the top corner, and that becomes, you know, people can click on that and work out how they can take the money out, and they become resellers by doing so. So you're building your customer base, and as these resellers come on board, they will speak to people. It's about the power of numbers. So as I explained before, when you have 9 others in your group, and the company does all the work and you do nothing at the end of that first year, using the example I gave, you'd have 10 times the number of potential customers. Now, our customer base today is just over 5 billion. But this is just with the products that we've got today, right? As Ash brings out more product and other opportunities, that market expands still further. Yeah. Now, you know, if you've got 5 billion potential customers today, how many do you want? The object of the exercise is to get the number that you want for the income that you require. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, sir. Okay.
All right. So you share it as best you possibly can, and you help what the business is, what the company is doing for you, by simply sharing it.
Yes. Okay, Raj, sir. I understand. You want to say we should share as much as best we can share. Am I right, sir?
Yes, absolutely. I don't like the word recruiting because I said I'm not very good at it. And I don't like pushing people into things. But if we've got products that are superior, and let's take our social media platform as a good example. We don't sell data. You will never have people troll children because you have to prove who you are. You'll never get people trying to sell things that don't exist. But my favorite is the security side of things, because you will have to prove who you are to have a spot on that, on our social media platform. So people are going to be able to communicate with people properly. Now, as people come on board to use just that social media platform, you will be able to, they will start to see the other products that are there. OnPassive will continue to advertise to these people because now they're registered with OnPassive within your customer base, and they're just at the moment using a free product. But believe me, over time, they will see more and more opportunity with what we have to offer and become customers.
Okay, sir. And the last question is that at present, where will we get the means the details about on-passive foundership of Qatar FIFA. I'm really sorry, everyone. What I am asking is everyone is
it's
in
proprietary
hurry.
information. No, it's proprietary information at the moment. So just keep an eye on your back office and you'll find out all the details once the details are released. Until then, do not share it.
Okay, it means you want to say it's not released yet.
Mr. Roger, let me say something. Are you a founder?
Okay, sir. I am a
Are you
founder,
a founder?
sir.
If
Yes,
you are
sir.
a founder, what did Mr. Ash Mufara said last time when you were in the meeting? They said, don't say it. This is a recorded webinar stream over the channel, more than 80 channels. We don't say any proprietary thing. If you're a founder, you don't have to say anything like that. When they say don't say it, it means don't say it until the company will reveal it. And then we can talk about it. You don't come to public webinar, you start to ask proprietary thing. It means you are not a true founder.
Okay, I am sorry for that. And thank you, everyone. Thank you very much, ma'am. And Marty De Garmo, sir, and everyone. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, Raj. I think that before we started the meeting, and somewhere in the middle or so, Sister Lane clearly made it aware that proprietary informations are not allowed here. And so I didn't expect you to ask that question, but thank you for every question that you asked. Thank you, all the leaders. I think that this is where the time will bring us. We are so grateful for all that you've done. And what can we say to our leader, our CEO, Mr. Ash Mufara? We say thank you so much, and God richly bless you and your family. I'll hand over to Sister Lane so that he will unmute all of us, and then we'll say bye. Thank you, Sister Lane, for the great work.
Thank you.
We're grateful.
Thank you, Apostle Mensah. Good job moderating. You're awesome. Good job. So what we're going to do is we're going to ask everyone to unmute and say bye-bye to one another until we meet again. We love you all.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye, South Africa.
Bye-bye.
Bye, South Africa.
Bye, South Africa.
Bye,
Sister Rose.
Power to South Africa. Power to the world.
Cynthia. Hi.
Hello, Rose. Goodbye, Rose.
Bye.
You, Sister
Bye-bye,
Fortune. Fortune 500.
Thank you, Lynn and Apostle Mensah.
Today.
500.
Bye, everyone.
That's fun.
Bye-bye.
Good night.
Bye, Sister Rose. I saw you.